It was an ordinary day in Landern, Wyoming, when 24-year-old Amy Bechtel and her husband Steve resided in a city packed with athletes and mountain climbers. Amy herself was an aspiring Olympic runner. That morning, when the two woke up, Steve left to go visit a friend who lived 75 miles away, and Amy left to go to a fitness training center to teach children how to lift weights for an hour and a half. The owner of the fitness center recalled that Amy was in a happy but restless mood because of her busy schedule that day. Her schedule was to train the class, then go recycling, call the phone company, get a photo mounted, create flyers for a race, mow the lawn, call Ed, and make someone do a drawing. What is known about what exactly happened after she left the training center was that she went straight to picking up the recycling, called the electric companies, and then stopped at a camera shop run by John Strom to pick up photos for a competition. Strom recalled that Amy was happy, but also in a busy mood, so much so that she kept looking at her wristwatch. When she finally left the shop, it was 2:30 p.m. And it is after this time, what is known about her whereabouts and actions become all speculation. The area of Lander is known for its wilderness, forestry, and mountains, attracting plenty of climbers, athletes, and nature enthusiasts. One popular shop is called Outdoor Gear. The part owners of the store are Todd Skinner and Amy Whistler, who also owned Amy and Steve's Bechel's house that the couple were renting. Amy expressed annoyance at the lack of privacy she got, recalling moments people would invite themselves into the house without knocking. This is why Amy and her husband couldn't wait to move into another ranch-style home that the couple just bought. She had plans to pick up furniture from her parents' house, but the day before July 24, she called her mom to let her know that she would be too busy to come over that day due to her schedule. When Amy's husband Steve got home early that day at 4:30 p.m., he didn't think that her absence was shocking, especially since they did not leave notes about their whereabouts for one another. Curious, he spoke to Skinner and Whistler, who lived next door, and they said they hadn't seen Amy since noon. He noticed that her climbing gear, camera, and jeans and t-shirt were home, so she couldn't have been at the mountains or at the photo shop. The only thing missing were her running shoes. When 10 p.m. approached, Amy still hadn't arrived, which prompted Steve to call her parents to ask if she was there. When they responded no and asked if anything was wrong, he replied no, though at this point in time he was very worried. When 11 p.m. struck, he called the police, who planned to execute a search and rescue team right in the morning. Meanwhile, Skinner and Whistler started searching for her car right away, driving a distance of 30 miles till they found her car at 1 a.m. in the morning. It was located in an area of Burt Gulch, located 45 minutes from town. They alerted Steve of this, and when they searched the car, they noticed it was unlocked, and all that was missing from it were Amy and her wallet. Even the keys were on the passenger seat underneath her to-do list. Everyone, from her friends, relatives, and acquaintances, began searching for her in the woods, shining flashlights and calling her name. Typically, getting lost in Lander isn't an issue, as there are a plethora of experienced rescuers and mountain-savvy people. In Amy's case, nearly 200 people were out on the lookout. Interestingly, at the end of Amy's to-do list, they found that she wrote a list of landmarks to go to, which one of them being near the top of the mountains. So that's where the team based their search, noticing that this area parallels a river where the 10K run was to be planned near. Soon, horses, cadaver dogs, ATVs, and search planes were also on the lookout for Amy. By now, she should have been found. There were no signs of an animal attack or her simply getting lost. In fact, there were zero signs of her at all. No scraps of clothes, wallet, or blood. After 5 days, it turned into a criminal investigation with FBI agents from different states contributing. To its own townspeople, Lander is an innocent place, so immediately everyone was shocked to hear of her disappearance. Some people immediately blamed the husband, some just insisted she ran away. Others said somebody like Ted Bundy probably killed her, whilst others said she drowned. There were other incidents of young females being abducted by mountain men in 1984. When a month passed by, Steve and Amy's friends and relatives were swarmed with many tips, some fake, some outright ludicrous, and most without any tangible evidence. Steve and his neighbors sent out flyers asking for help. Many reporters and outsiders noted Steve's cheerful, nonchalant, and calm demeanor. It was very suspicious, but his friend assured the reporters that Steve is hurt, but he doesn't want to show it. Even more suspicious, however, is that Steve refused to take the the lie detector test. Steve's lawyer counteracted this by saying that Steve already sat down through 4 interviews and that lie detector tests are not reliable. Steve's journal was retrieved and said to have lots of violent descriptions in language, but Steve claims that they were written in high school and that they were gonzo lyrics. As time progressed, Amy's husband, friends, and acquaintances moved on with their lives, taking trips and going places. This is typical as the world continues to move forward. The FBI were not successful in gaining another interview with Steve, and from there on, Amy's family and outsiders who are extremely saddened by her sudden vanishing continue to hope, pray, and believe that Amy is alive and will come home soon. What do you all think happened to Amy Bechtel? Let me know in the comments below, and please like, share, and subscribe for more interesting content.